He had love and hate tattooed on his fingers, and he always hit me with the hand that said love. My name is Paula Glavin, and I am a survivor of domestic violence.
I've been in this county for 35 years as a law enforcement officer, and I've worked in the rural part of our county, the northern part, and I've worked in narcotics throughout the county, and as sheriff, I know what's going on throughout the county. And domestic violence is just the one commonality that unfortunately is keeping our jail full. It's not drunk drivers, it's not drug arrest, it's the habitual domestic violence.
My name is Becca Deneau. I am an RN here in the emergency department and recently the director of the emergency room. We are specially trained to screen everybody who comes to the door, both male and female, for risk of domestic violence. We see enough, if you see one case, that's enough.
I know beyond a shadow of a doubt I would have died at the hands of my ex-husband. I dealt with 17 years of abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, emotional, and spiritual. The last night he got a hold of me was December 6, 1994, and he beat me for 2 hours, and he stabbed me in the leg, and I'll never forget his face as he put the knife in and took the knife out. He had me lay on the floor. He was laying on my right side and he had his hand around the back of my neck and the knife was positioned right at my neck, so if I moved, I would have got cut. I laid there for a few minutes and I heard him snore. I got out from underneath his arm. I grabbed my jacket and I ran outside. It was raining really, really hard. I was in Fort Bragg, California.
There is help available for people like Paula through Project Sanctuary. But Project Sanctuary depends on sponsorships and donations in order to provide their critical services to our community. At times, their state and federal funding can be in danger of state cuts or complete removal. So when you hear me say your referrals help survivors of abuse, they really do.
I went to my friend's house and we called the police. He had always threatened me if I had him arrested for the abuse, that it would have been worse, the beating would have been worse. So I never played that card. I was too afraid.
I guess the hardest part is people having the courage to, people don't want to admit it, they're embarrassed sometimes. They shouldn't be. Nobody's here to judge you, we just want to help you. And so whatever it takes to give someone the confidence to say, I've been hurt, or this is happening. It doesn't have to be physically, it could be mentally, emotionally, all of that counts.
And that night I had had enough and I called the police and they came and I asked them not to run into the house with their guns drawn because my 3 kids were in that apartment. And I told them where he was, laying on the floor in the living room, and they honored my request and they went into the apartment and they surrounded him and got him up on his feet and put him in handcuffs and took him away.
We at the Nicoll-Pallini Group are making it our goal to raise $20,000 for Project Sanctuary of Mendocino County, and we need your help to make sure we can deliver that check.
Then they took me to the hospital because I had so many punches to my face that I was almost unrecognizable. And I had a CAT scan to see if I had a fractured skull, and I was okay. Laying in the bed at the hospital, a representative from Project Sanctuary came in the room and said to me, "We are going to be friends." And that was the beginning of my journey through getting out and staying out and getting clean and sober.
Breaking a cycle is what Project Sanctuary does. When I say that, I can say that as a factual statement because I've worked with Project Sanctuary closely for the last 20 years.
We do see quite a few folks that come through that we refer to Project Sanctuary to find other resources and to help get them out of the situation they're in.
Project Sanctuary started out in the 70s as a kind of a grassroots program, a local one here in the Ukiah Valley, just for women leaving their abusers. And really all it was a safe house, a place to hide. We help anybody who comes to us. So we actually have men in the safe house who are fleeing violence with their children. We were so surprised when the Nicoll-Pallini group contacted us. They've stepped up to the plate and helped us several times before. They organized a book drive so the kids in the shelter have some fresh new books. When we needed candy for some Halloween activities, they showed up with candy. So the fact that they have this goal of raising money for Project Sanctuary through this sort of support system they set up for us is unbelievable. We're so touched and we're so grateful for their assistance.
It still can haunt me if I allow it, and I know I can't allow it because that gives the power back to the abuse. And I need to hold on to it because I am a miracle. I survived it, and my life today is so incredibly different.
The Nicoll-Pallini Group is a collection of real estate agents and staff members that have come together to really help offer a product for real estate services and to really serve the community in a profound way, above and beyond the traditional roles that a real estate agent really serves.
It's been very exciting to launch this project on behalf of Project Sanctuary and to get going on our goal of raising $20,000 on their behalf. I had the pleasure of actually working in the past for Project Sanctuary and now for the Nicoll-Pallini Group. So this is such a wonderful way of marrying those two causes and those two groups of people that I care so much about. And I think that what I value about both organizations is that they are so completely devoted to service. And that is something that for me personally is really important to be a part of.
If you know someone looking to buy or sell a home, refer them to the Nicoll-Pallini Group. Not only will they receive our 5-star service, but we will also donate a generous portion of our earnings directly to Project Sanctuary. That means a lot to us because this is more than just buying and selling homes, and this is more than just referrals. This is giving back to the community. This is changing the community, and it's doing it through action and through love.
I'm remarried. I never thought I would do that, but I'm remarried, and we have an awesome, awesome life. And I am here today because he supports my past. And every time I share my story, I get to heal just a little bit more. I am just so grateful that the representative from Project Sanctuary came in that hospital room that night, because I probably would have left there and tried to do it on my own, and I couldn't have. I needed help, and they were there to help me.
Your referrals really do help survivors of abuse have access to 100% free and confidential services, including
emergency domestic violence shelter,
transitional housing, individual counseling, scheduled and walk-in, group meetings for adults molested as children,
prevention education, K-12, college, and community,
bilingual services, services for men,
accompaniment for sexual assault exams,
24-hour crisis hotline,
personal empowerment classes,
anger management.
When you refer somebody buying or selling a home to the Nicoll-Pallini Group, the funds that are raised go to support important programs at Project Sanctuary.
Your referrals will help. They'll help survivors of sexual assault and domestic violence situations just like Paula's. Thank you.
Referring to us is easy. Just visit us online at refernpg.com or call our team direct at 707-380-8057. Don't forget to let one of our agents know that the referral is for the Project Sanctuary Fund when you call or come in. Please remember, your referrals help survivors of abuse.